Oh, hello there. My name's Professor Hoey. Our last challenge was a real blast. It was great to revisit the Kalos region, which doesn't get enough love. Beating the game with Gumi was certainly a challenge, but we were able to overcome it. But for the third challenge in a row, we had to rely on double team and substitute. For this challenge video, you'll be surprised to hear that it's not another pseudo dragon Pokemon. This time, we'll be aiming to beat Pokemon Yellow with just a Doduo. Doduo's base stat total is 10 higher than the previous pseudo challenge runs I've been doing, and for basic Pokemon, Doduo has great attack and speed stats. Yes, its HP, special attack and special defense are garbage, but as we'll be outspeeding most opponents and likely taking them out in one hit, this shouldn't be a problem. So, let's make this a bit more difficult and try to complete this run whilst always poisoned too. In Generation 1, Doduo's early moveset is, honestly, trash. It starts with Peck, a 35 power move, and doesn't learn another physical attack until level 24, and that's Fury attack. So chances are we won't be using that, as it's a weaker move with less accuracy. It's not until level 30 that it finally learns a decent attacking move in Drill Peck, but by that point we'll have probably cleared the SSN and picked up Body Slam. I hope. The other TMs it can learn probably won't come in handy either, because we're poisoned, we'll need to go on the offensive in most battles, so that rules out Toxic, Substitute, Double Team and Rest. And while we do get access to Takedown and Double Edge, these aren't exactly ideal as we'll damage ourselves with Recoil, so the chances are we'll be relying on Body Slam for the majority of this run. So, what are the rules? I can only use Doduo for battle. I will however need some HM slaves, but I won't use these in battle. I can't use items in battle, but I am allowed to teach Doduo TMs. And finally, no glitches or exploits. Well, except supplying the always poison cheese of course. I'm recording this section before I start the challenge, and I think we'll be able to complete this one. After all, challenge runs are always easier in Generation 1. I don't even think we'll need to hit level 100 to win. With all that being said, let's find out if we can beat Pokemon Yellow with just Doduo whilst always poisoned. As always in Generation 1, we retrieve the potion from the PC. This is essential as we won't have enough HP to make it to Viridian City without using it. Oak gives us the Doduo, and we call it 2 for 1. Our first task is to beat the rival, but between the poison damage and EV using tackle every turn, we stand no chance. We make our way to Viridian City and pick up the second potion from the Mart Assistant, and we hit our first snag straight away. We can't actually buy items from the Pokemart until we've delivered the parcel, and we use both potions just to get here. We try to make it back to Pallet Town only to faint, and because this is Gen 1, we lose half our money. This happens twice. Chances are we don't have enough money or potions to get through Viridian Forest, let alone Mount Moon, so we have to restart. We try again, this time battling our rival Usurp, and we lose again. Thankfully, you don't lose half your money if you fail to beat your rival here. This time, I try a different tactic. We'll need extra levels to get to Viridian City. The more HP we have, the less potions we'll need to use. At level 5 we only have 18 HP, and you take 1 HP of damage every 4 steps, so we can only walk a total of 72 steps before fainting. That might sound a lot, but it's 92 steps to get from your mum to the Pokemon Center desk, the 2 healing spots. Grinding is slow. We talk to Mum to heal, walk into the nearest patch of grass, by which point I've already lost 4 to 5 HP from the poison, depending on how long it takes for me to get an encounter. If it's a weak Pokemon that I can knock out in 1 or 2 hits, perfect. I do that and limp back to my mum to heal and start the process over again. And that's on a good run. Sometimes I come across Pokemon too strong to beat, or I just don't get an encounter at all. After a few hours, yes, I'm not exaggerating there, we reach level 8 and now have 24 HP, so we can walk 96 steps before fainting. Just enough to help out the Mart Assistant, who probably still charged out for delivery. I need to take on the rival, but I'd rather complete Viridian Forest first. The Pokemon there are mainly bug types. As Peck is super effective, we make short work of the trainers. We have to use a couple of potions to make it back, but we were able to purchase 10 in the Mart, so we won't run out anytime soon. With a couple of extra levels under our belt, I head on over to take on our rival. Spearow is out first, and oh, I forgot to heal, so our health is already in the yellow. Ugh. Somehow, we're able to win though. Spearow goes down to 2 pecks. Wait, Spearow doesn't resist it? Gen 1, am I right folks? Eevee doesn't take it easy on us, using Sand Attack to try and stall us out. It almost pays off too, as we miss some of our attacks, but we hang on to win the battle with just 2 HP. With that done, we wrap up Viridian Forest with no issues and take on Brock. At level 13, we're unable to get past Geodude as it resists our flying type attacks. Just look at how little damage we do. So between the poison damage at the end of every turn and being hit by tackle, we just don't stand a chance. We fare a little better at level 15 as we make it to Onyx, but we still lose. We don't have any other options here but to level up to increase our attack, as there are no TMs and we don't learn any decent moves until level 30. 9 levels later, we're able to get past Brock. It's not a thrilling battle, I just spam A until both Geodude and Onyx go down to a thrashing of peck attacks. So undignified. But we'll do what we must to complete this challenge. When planning out this run, Route 3 terrified me. There is so much walking to do and plenty of trainers to take on that I thought I would need to do a lot of backtracking or burn through my potions. But it's the complete opposite. We make it from Pewter City to Mount Moon without using a single potion, as we one-shot every mon along the way. The extra levels I had to gain to beat Brock mean we're a much higher level than anything we encounter at this point in the challenge, so the trainers in Mount Moon go down easily too. Including the Super Nerd. Yes, Game Freak really called him that. Oh, T-Rocket go down easily too. Obviously, I'm feeling pretty invincible at this stage, so when I reach Cerulean City, of course I'm going to make a beeline for Misty. His Staryu goes down to 2 pecks, so it gets the chance to retaliate, but between the poison and tackle, we only take a small amount of damage. Starmie, on the other hand, comfortably takes our attack as Misty uses an X-Defend, which reduces the damage we deal with Peck on the next turn, as it's a physical move in Generation 1. Starmie uses Water Gun and follows it with Bubble Beam on the next turn to knock us out. I could try and grind out a win here, but I might as well take on the rival and Nugget Bridge first. Usopp has added a few mons to his team since we last met. Like last time, Spearow goes down to 2 pecks. Sandshrew survives our attack and lowers our accuracy with Sand Attack, meaning we miss our next attack, take damage from Scratch, and the poison. We connect with Peck on the next turn to take it down. Rattata is his third Pokemon. We miss our first 2 attacks thanks to Sand Attack as it misses Hyper Fang, but connects with Tail Whip, lowering our defense. Before we can take it down with Peck, it uses Quick Attack. Eevee is his final Pokemon. We overcome our reduced accuracy to connect with Peck, putting it into the red as it uses Tail Whip. On the next turn we miss our attack as the poison brings us into the red. Luckily, we connect with Peck to take it down on the next turn. It's a good job Eevee didn't attack there, or we'd have lost. We clear out Nugget Bridge and now level 27 attempt to beat Misty. Like last time, we again need to attack twice to knock out Staryu. Misty uses her turn to use an X-Defend, so we only take damage from the poison on the first round. Starmie isn't messing around this time, going straight for a Bubble Beam. There's nothing I can do but use Peck, but thankfully, Starmie switches to Tackle, and despite being a critical hit, doesn't knock us out, so we survive long enough to knock it out and claim the second badge. We mop up Route 25 no problem, and along the way help Bill, who has some rather dubious morals regarding unethical human experimentation. Well, that was a mouthful. I'm avoiding trainers wherever possible, but that doesn't stop me hitting level 30 on the way to Vermilion and learning Drill Peck. Finally, you won't have to see my Pecker anymore. What? I meant Doduo using Peck, obviously. We don't hang around the SSN. We avoid the trainers except for those blocking the useful items, including TM Body Slam, which we teach to Doduo. I'm not going to recap the rival battle in full because we now have 2 powerful attacks, so the battle is a joke. We take out each of his 4 Pokemon in a single attack and take no damage from his attacks or the poison. If you didn't know this already from watching my previous poison challenge video, which you totally should, you don't take damage from poison if you knock out a Pokemon in a single turn. Lieutenant Surge is our next challenge, and this might pose a problem. Raichu is a fast Pokemon with access to Thunderbolt, which will probably take us out in a single attack. Let's see how this goes. We outspeed and land a critical Body Slam. Well, that was anticlimactic. Okay. Next up is Rock Tunnel, and for once being poisoned actually makes this easier. We don't have Flash as we don't have enough Pokemon to claim it from the Professor's aid, but every 4 steps we take poison damage which illuminates the dungeon. Not that I need it, to be fair. I've got this dungeon layout memorised from all my Let's Play videos. Oh yeah, so far I've not mentioned this, but I have a Pokemon Let's Play channel where I play a variety of randomised Nuzlockes. Links are in the description down below. On our way to Celadon City, we pop into Lavender Tower. There's not much to do here other than take on the rival. Once again, we one-shot each of his Pokemon and take no damage. Easy! You know who else is easy? Erika. Her Tangler, Weeping Bell and Gloom also go down to a single attack each. The Team Rocket members in the secret game corner base also fail to stop us, but that nearly changes when we take on Giovanni. He uses 3 Pokemon, Onyx, Rhyhorn and Persian, meaning we have a repeat of the issues we ran into against Brock. Our attacks don't do a lot of damage, it takes 3 attacks to take down Onyx, and unlike Brock, Giovanni's Onyx knows a rock type move which we're weak to. We're able to beat it, but by this point we only have half our health left. Like Onyx, Rhyhorn takes 3 attacks to take down 2, but we get insanely lucky as Giovanni wastes a turn using Guard Spec and uses Fury attack rather than a rock move, leaving us with just 11 HP. But as we outspeed Persian, we're able to land Body Slam to take it down in a single attack. That battle could have been much worse. We found ourselves back in Lavender Tower to rescue Mr. Fuji. It's a good job we have Drill Peck, otherwise we wouldn't be able to get past the ghost Pokemon. As we reach to the top of the tower, we're attacked by a ghost, which has a very spooky message. Subscribe if you're enjoying this video? Well, that's a strange message. Over in the Sylph headquarters, we finally hit a challenge. Our rival team is much stronger than the previous battle, and his Pokemon have evolved, so they can take more of a beating. This means we're unable to knock them out with a single hit, so we take damage from their attacks and the poison. And as Sandslash lowers our accuracy with Sand Attack, we miss even more attacks. As we can't knock out his Magneton, it gets the chance to land a Thunder Shock, knocking us out. I don't think we'll win this, so we might as well head to Fuchsia City to take on Koga. His first 3 Pokemon are all Venonats, which are weak to flying type moves, so Drill Peck makes short work of them. His final Pokemon Venomoth is quicker and uses Psychic. We survive, but it doesn't leave us with much wiggle room to survive another attack. We land Drill Peck and it survives by the skin of its teeth. The poison has obviously gone to Koga's head though, as he decides to use an X attack, so we win. This is the guy the Elite Four chose to replace Agatha? Koga's a few Venonats short of a full team, if you know what I mean. With that wrapped up, let's see how we fare against our rival. Sandslash is out first. We land a critical Drill Peck, but it's not enough to take it down in a single attack, so we take damage from Swift and the poison before finishing off at the end of the next turn. Magneton is his second Pokemon and we land a critical Body Slam, so take it out in a single attack. Out next is Ninetales, which goes on the offensive, landing a critical quick attack as we paralyse it with Body Slam, before finishing it off on the next turn. Kadabra also goes down to a single Body Slam. Once again, it's a critical hit, but Kadabra is such a frail Pokemon that I don't think that crit mattered. Vaporeon comes out next. Wait, I won the optional Route 22 battle against the rival, so he should have Flareon. I'm not sure what happened here. The only thing I can think of is maybe a saving a loading area. Anyway, we land Body Slam, but it's not enough to knock it out, so it retaliates with Aurora Beam and misses. When writing this script, I went back to check, and Aurora Beam has 100% accuracy. This means it missed thanks to the 1 in 256 glitch. Basically, in Generation 1, 100% accuracy moves have a 0.4% chance to miss because of how the game was programmed. I can't express how lucky we were there. If it had connected, we'd have lost. So, we survived long enough to finish the battle with a final attack. We wrap up the Sylphco plot, taking down Jesse and James one last time. They've really not impacted on this challenge at all. And then we take on Giovanni again. We fare much better this time, mainly because he's dropped Onyx from his lineup. His Nidorino goes down to a single Body Slam, as does Persian. Rhyhorn survives Tri-Attack as Giovanni uses a Guard Spec. It takes 3 more attacks to knock it out, but we're never really in danger as it only uses Horn Attack. His final Pokemon is Nidoqueen, and he wastes his only turn using another Guard Spec as we knock it out with 2 attacks. What a tactical genius you are, Giovanni. There's just one plot point left in Saffron City, Sabrina. She uses the rather strange team of Abra, Kadabra and Alakazam, which are all level 50. We're slightly underleveled at 48, but a single attack is enough to take out her first 2 Pokemon. Alakazam's out last, and most of the series Pokedex entries say this Pokemon has an IQ of 5000, but I'm seriously doubting this as it starts with Psywave, which can do a maximum of 75 damage I think, and then uses Reflect on its second turn, so yet another battle gifted to us as a result of the game's terrible AI. On the way to Cinnabar Island, we stop off at Pallet Town to visit Mum and make a mockery of Oak gifting us a Pokedex, which isn't getting filled up, unlike my rival's mum. While sailing the high seas, our Lapras faints due to the poison. I have no idea how this logic works. Does Lapras's body just slowly ride the tides until it drifts into the Cinnabar Island port? Anyway, after finding the secret key in the mansion, we take on Blaine. Ninetales outspeeds us with Quick Attack as we land Body Slam. On our next attack, it decides not to use Quick Attack, so we take no further damage as we knock it out. Rapidash also survives Body Slam and uses Growl, which fails, so a second attack takes it down. Outlast is Arcanine, who is a bulky boy and comfortably survives Body Slam and sets up Reflect. We get lucky though and land a critical hit to end the battle. And that leaves just Giovanni. We head straight to the Viridian City gym, but I take the time to beat the trainers here as I know we probably won't do enough damage at our current level to trouble his Rock-type Pokemon. Dugtrio goes down to a single Drill Peck. Body Slam isn't strong enough to take out the Persian though, but we only take damage from the poison this round as it tries to use Screech, so a second attack knocks it out. His third Pokemon is Nidoqueen. Body Slam paralyses it, but that doesn't stop it from landing a Thunder, bringing us close to fainting, meaning we don't have enough HP to finish the battle. We've hit a bit of a snag here. Giovanni's final 3 Pokemon are Nidoqueen, Nidoking, and Rhydon. Strong Pokemon with good defense stats and moves that are super effective against us, including Thunder and Rock Slide. And as there's not many places left to grind, my best option is to constantly challenge Giovanni again and again and hope for a lucky win. Every now and again we're able to make it to Rhydon, but it's a terrible matchup for us. I use Tri-Attack hoping it'll freeze or burn, which is a 12% chance of one of the two happening, but in my 20 odd attempts, we never get this once. Eventually I get fed up with doing this and head to Cinnabar Island Mansion to level up. While in the basement we find our old diary. Giovanni is so dreamy. I know there's good in him. I felt it. What? Mom, get out of my room! Eventually, we're just 13 XP away from level 76, so I knock out a random wild Pidgey and use my stock of rare candies to hit level 80. It takes a few attempts, but we eventually claim our win. We can now comfortably get past his first 4 Pokemon, which go down to a single attack, except Nidoqueen, because I use Drill Peck thinking it's super effective against ground-type Pokemon, which it's not. Outlasters Rhydon once more. We try attack, that sounds weird. Try. Anyway, Outlasters Rhydon once more, and this time we use Try Attack, but we don't get an additional status effect. So Rhydon's Rock Slide connects and brings us down to a quarter of our health. We get some fantastic luck on the next turn as we land a critical attack while Rhydon misses Rock Slide, so one more attack is all it needs to take it out and claim the final badge. Our rival is the last obstacle before we can take on Victory Road, and the battle's a clean sweep with every Pokemon going down to a single attack. Okay, time for the Elite Four. Lorelei's up first. We lose our first attempt as Callista lands a critical Ice Beam. Okay, second attempt, and Callista lands a critical Ice Beam. But on our third attempt, we win. Dewgong goes down to a single Body Slam. Callista survives and connects with Ice Beam, but no critical hit this time, so a second attack takes it down. Out next is Slowbro, which just hangs on from our attack. Lorelei heals, but it doesn't recover enough HP to survive a follow-up attack. Jinx is her 4th Pokemon, and Body Slam is enough to knock it out. Outlasters Lapras. Our attack puts it into the red as it tries to use Blizzard, which misses, meaning we live long enough to beat it, and the first member of the Elite Four. Bruno is our next opponent, and for the first time since I started doing challenge runs, he doesn't give us any issues. Onyx goes down to 2 attacks and can only land a Screech. Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee both get taken out by a single Body Slam each. His second Onyx also goes down to 2 Body Slams, and a single attack is enough to see off his Machamp. Agatha's up third, and we have to rely on Drill Peck to damage her ghost Pokemon, which are immune to Body Slam. Gengar goes down to a single attack. We miss our attack against Golbat because of the 1 in 256 glitch, but on this second attempt we take it down. Other than that little hiccup, it's a simple battle as Haunter, Arbok and Gengar don't provide a challenge as we sweep the rest of her team. Okay, time for the final member of the Elite Four. It takes 2 attempts thanks to Dragonite landing a critical Blizzard, which we had no chance of surviving. But even on our second attempt, it comes pretty close. Gyarados and his 2 Dragonairs all go down to a single attack. Aerodactyl's part Rock, so it resists Body Slam, but instead of attacking with a Rock move, it uses Fly. Well, 2 can play at that game as we have Fly, which I have not used in this entire run. But it comes in handy as we're able to fly, Aerodactyl misses, and we finish it off on the next turn. Dragonite survives Body Slam as Lance uses a Hyper Potion to bring it back to full health. It lands Blizzard, devastating our health, but we survive, so a final attack is enough to clear this battle. Just one more battle left, our rival. If you think we can win, leave a like down below. His first Pokemon is Sandslash, which survives our attack and uses Poison Sting. Silly shrew, we're already poisoned. One more attack takes it out. We outspeed Alakazam, and as it has a terrible defense stat, a single attack is all that's needed. Executor is part Grass, so we take advantage of that, using Drill Peck to knock it out. Ninetales comes out and is defeated in a few seconds, no issues there. His second to last Pokemon is Magneton, and it doesn't have the Steel typing, so we send it packing. His final Pokemon is Vaporeon, and we take it out with a single attack to beat our rival, and beat Pokemon Yellow with just a Doduo, whilst always poisoned. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, then click here to watch another challenge video, or here to watch the full solo challenge playlist. I'm not sure what I'll do for my next challenge. I've got a couple of ideas, but if you want to see something, then leave a comment down below. Until next time, remember to flex your inner geek. See ya!